Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PSE 2020. It is the 50th anniversary of this record-making archery company. Pete Shepley founded PSE as part of a dream in 1970. And today that dream lives on with the most incredible lineup of bows that anyone has seen in this industry for both target archery with world champions and bow hunters like John Dudley and many others. And speaking of bow hunters, some of you in the bow hunting space recognize that every once in a while someone comes along who carves out an entirely different level of niche. And today it's our pleasure to present you with exactly that kind of person. Give it up for the Pig Man!
Yeah. Woo! Are you giving me this, man?
Yes, sir. You got to hold both of those and talk into both of those.
I'm talking into both those. So it's over the years. I know a lot of these guys here at PSE. Why are you tripping over my cord, man?
We're good.
Are you good, man?
We're good. Continue.
See what happens?
As you were.
I dropped him. It just happens that way. So over the years, I have been a little bit everywhere, but I've known Pete and the family for a long time. And when I started my bow hunting career was with PSE. So my friend Greg mentioned to me here, don't forget about the people in the past. I was free agent, so now I'm home. They shipped me a bow overnight and I don't know, killed 10 or 15 animals the next 3 or 4 days. So the technology in the bows has totally changed. They have the best the archery engineers in the business. That's the thing you need to focus on and not just focus on the brand. It's all about the way the bows are made. And also the new carbon riser line of bows is the only carbon riser bow made in the USA. So if that means anything to you at all, take the time to come check the bows out. And Pigman and team is 100% in for 5 years right here. So you're gonna see some things change, and you want to be on the winning team, this is the right place to be. Here you go, Bowjunky. Go ahead.
Oh, man. Pete Shepley, where are you at?
Right over there. I seen him.
Watch your shoes there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm watching that. Man. What you say, buddy?
Come on, Pete.
How you doing?
Hey, notice the only 2 guys in the building with starched jeans.
He's got the starched jeans and the boots rolling.
That's called crispy.
That's crispy right
That's
there.
right.
All right,
Good.
Pete.
Good.
What
are we doing?
We just did this a little bit ago, but once again, let's kind of talk about, obviously it's the 50th anniversary, and you guys are building more momentum right now than most people have seen in quite some time. And so with the addition of Brian, who, like George said, has carved out one of the most unique niches for himself in both the hunting and the television world, both through his ability to harvest animals, to entertain, and just basically bring forward a kind of energy and passion that is kind of rare in our sport. So
Yes, it is.
talk to us a little bit about what the addition of Pigman's going to bring to the PSE stable.
Well, I think that he brings the average bow hunter to us. The guy that likes to go out shoot and kill stuff and get it mounted and hunt all the time. Because the Pigman here, I know, hunts 30 hours a day, 8 days a week. Pretty close, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, right in there. I don't sleep much now with the addition of, this is what Big Man brings to the archery industry. So all I'm trying to do is increase foot traffic at this show and let kids know that this is what you need to be doing. Put the video game down and shoot a PSE bow. This is the most extensive line of archery equipment bow-wise on the planet. And this is the modern day Fred Bear right here. Think about the innovation in the archery in bows since he started doing what he was doing. And hey, I was originally part of the Guerrilla Squad. That's back when I was actually a killer. Now I'm a metro killer. I just kill for TV, but I love it. And this is the right company to marry to the kind of people that watch me. So it was a perfect fit.
Absolutely. So
During when Fred Bear's last, I don't know how old he was, but he called me every week. And then I got to calling him every week because I didn't think I was the level I could call him, But after a while, it got to be where we talked every week, and we talked a lot about the future of it, what to do and what's going on. And what he liked, what he didn't like, what I liked, what to do in business. He just kind of coached me along. No one knew this. Very few people ever knew that, but he would just call and he'd just mess around with me and say, "What are you killing?" He says, "When you put the target bow down, we don't need this target bow. If you want somebody to know, you got to kill some critters." And so he was a great inspiration to me, and I just loved the guy. And I don't know how to explain it, but he was a big part of my life, but it was only on the phone for 30 minutes a week. And he'd call me hardly a week later in life for him. It would hardly ever go a week away that he didn't call me, or I'd call him. So it was a big deal. And he loved the game. He loved his hunting. He loved the target shooting. He didn't care what it was, as long as you're shooting the bow. That's the way he was. So tremendous guy. And I just can't say enough about him, how good he was.
All right, so let me ask this real quick. One of the things that PSE is known for is versatility, not just versatility in the company itself, but versatility in the line of products.
Yeah.
And if any hunter in this industry defines versatility, it's Brian. Because of where he lives and how he hunts and his expertise in his field, I mean, there is literally the opportunity for him to be doing what he does with PSE crossbows, mainline bows, ProLine bows. I mean, he literally is going to be versatile enough to basically bring something to the table that not a lot of others can. So obviously you're not the A1 marketing guy, you're the head boss, but
I'm the A1 marketing guy.
And so talk to us a little bit about, how you see Brian rounding out the versatility of the entire PSE team.
Well, let's start with, let's just go back to John Dudley. Dudley pretty much rounds up the higher end guys to spend more money, for a bow and want more data. And I think Brian here rounds up everybody that just wants to shoot the bow and don't give a damn about how fast it is or anything else. Because I know that he can kill just as much with a $300 bow as with a $3,000 bow. It doesn't make any difference.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're probably right.
So I think Brian appeals to the everyday guy that just wants to go out and shoot stuff, and I don't care if it's hogs or javelina or whatever it might be. We want people having fun in the game, and so does he promote the target end of things? Well, maybe a little bit, but mostly 99% of him, your stuff is.
You can believe that anybody I sponsor will be a world champion, because I can teach them how to use the wrong eye and still be able to hit the target. So all these guys standing right out here right now are our people. He's grinning. Look at that guy right there. There's your PSE guy. These guys are PSE guys. This is who we are. This is what we do. Where's Chronogo? Where's he at? Best bow engineer on the planet. Right there he is. You want to meet him? Go shake his hand.
Careful, I got to pay him.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. He's probably got a contract, though. You're okay.
He's the best. No question, he's the best there is in engineering and running a plant. There's
For sure.
No question he is it.
And I've got a great team that we're going to put together with Jim and the marketing team. And here's the thing. Yeah, we have a contract. I can't do TV for free. Everybody knows that. That's what nobody ever talks about. Of course, we bring Monster to the table, a lot of other things, but we bring a big social following as well that is directed directly at you folks. I don't think that I have a high-end guy. I mean, it is what it is. If you want a $3,000 bow, go ahead. I bet Pete can make you one. Maybe with 4 cams, who the hell knows? But I got a great team, and they're standing all over the place right here, and that's what it takes. It's not me. I'm not a one-man band. I got a beautiful wife right over there that I'll tell you right now, if you're a lady and you like to bow hunt, you want a shot at the title, that's the one you better go after, because Big Daddy trained her, and she's a killer. That's what she does. She don't shoot paper. So that's who we are.
Yeah,
That's our family.
And that's what we want. I think we got to cover the whole spectrum of the sport, and that's what we're looking for. And we need to do target archery. We need to do everything. We need to bow hunting. And I don't care what it is. If a guy can hunt rabbits the whole year in Texas,
That's what I like.
That's what we want.
Like, if you look right here in the trailer, you go from all the way down to here. You don't got to walk around the exterior and say, man, $8.99, $12.99, $14.99. There's a bow in this booth for everybody. So come in here and talk to these guys. Look at all these guys standing around here in these fancy shirts with PSE on it. Ask questions. We're going to be here for a while. And Pete, I just want to tell you,
Glad to have you.
I was with somebody else before, but I still handed him a suitcase on the airplane because that's respect. I've known him for a long time. He's been in one of my camps in Kansas when I was outfitting all the time. So we've known each other a long time. Things change, but I can tell you one thing is a fact. I'm home, and I'm not going anywhere.
We appreciate it. We like it. It's a great deal.
All right, thanks, Pete. Brian, let me talk to you right here.
Thank you, Pete.
Well, there's a little something
Yellow.
coming right here. But as this comes into play, let's get Junie in here, of course.
Come here, babe.
Bam. Check that out.
Is this for my man? Mad Skills? Where is he at? My man, right here. So if you guys don't know Joe, Joe is like one of the most elusive people in the world. He is a ex-Army Ranger captain. He is a part of my management team now. He kind of, all my guys are in their mid-30s, and you can understand why I need a little structure, because they're scattered ass is what they are. But my man Joe right here takes care of it. And if you guys want to meet Joe, there are a lot of vets out there. Joe's done a lot for me, and Joe's helped me in a lot of ways in my life to focus on things that matter more so. And so I think that Pete and the team here at PSE would like to show their appreciation to you, Mr. Joe Kaylee.
And yes, those cams have Monster logos right on them, Joe.
Oh, Joe. Joe.
All right, so Brian, let's talk real quick here.
All right.
Obviously, throughout your career, you have, like Pete said, made a niche for yourself in a spectacular fashion. And there's lots of bow companies out there. There's lots of good bows out there.
Yes, sir.
But when,
I didn't say there wasn't.
Oh no, absolutely. So, but when you get the opportunity to work with one of the staples, one of the cornerstones and the foundation companies in the sport, like PSE, like you said, you shot in the Guerrilla Squad years and years ago. So you referenced coming back home. So at this point in your career, bringing Monster to the table and doing the other things that you have, kind of talk about aligning yourself with literally a 50-year-old bow company that is still going as strong as the day it was formed.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I'd never reached out to the guys because in the past, you know, there was different management, and Pete was kind of doing his thing. And when me and Joe talked, one of the first things Joe's asked me was, are you going to be happy? You know, that's where I'm at in my career. What I've always tried to do is, if I tell you guys a product is really good, it's really good, but that don't mean that maybe that company goes through some hard times and they can't support us anymore. And it's not something that I'm a brand jumper. I've never been that way. It's just like sometimes a business model for a company don't work out and they try to sink a bunch of money in marketing, and I'm not the Messiah. I can't sell 50,000 bows. I mean, I try to deliver my message of what I believe, and once I found out Pete and Chronogo was back, it's a no-brainer, man. And I threw it out there. I'm not looking to do a one and done. You want to do a deal, the point I am in my career, it's going to be 5 years. And Jim never blinked an eye. It was instant, seconds, done. I need this, done. I need you to do the done. I can't even get it out of my mouth, done. He don't care. What he wants to do is build this company back to where it was, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, this is and will be the #1 bow company on the planet. I know nobody else in here wants to hear that. So sad, because we're going to run over you. So sorry. That's just the way it is. I believe in Pete. Pete's always believed in me, and it never stopped. He was just out of the saddle for a little while. He's back. And you guys can see the proof is hanging right here on these racks. And if you haven't shot the carbon riser bows, take yourself over there and shoot them. You're going to be blown away, totally.
All right, so one last question, and then I'll let you start commingling over here. I mentioned versatility, and obviously where you live and the type of hunting you do allows you to do things a lot of other folks. Joe, you're not getting out of this, so you just stay right.
Yeah, get in here, Joe.
But talk about that versatility, not only in what you do, but what associating yourself with this brand and this partnership is going to allow you to do from top to bottom, like you mentioned, $300 bows, $3,000 bows, etc. But historically speaking, you have not been associated with companies that had that level of versatility. So from crossbows to mainline bows, etc. How excited are you for an opportunity to actually go out in the field with a myriad of different weapons from this manufacturer?
Yeah, dude, it's absolutely a no-brainer. And let me reach back to something else that a lot of people don't have that own these type of companies. In the past, it would take me sometimes 3 to 4 months to get a bow. And I was in Mexico when all this went down, not too far from where the last killing just happened on Highway 2. Anyway, long story short, I told Jim what I wanted, and it was in Laredo, Texas the next day, AM delivery. And it cost me $5 to pick that up, by the way, Jim. I'm gonna need a refund on that. But let me tell you what these guys have. They have the best service department and the quickest turnaround time of any bow manufacturer anywhere. So they're going to service your product through your dealer. If you have a problem with the dealer, call these guys direct, and they're going to fix it. That was the assurances that I had from Jim coming into this partnership. I cannot tell you, I was tired of moving and saying, this is a great bow. And you was correct. There are tons of great bows in here. I'm only telling you how it relates to me and the level of service that I expect when I say you just bought a new PSE bow and you're having a problem with it. I guarantee you, if you reach out, if you ain't getting what you need, you reach out to me, and I'm gonna put you in contact with one of them dudes in that blue shirt right over there, and it's gonna get taken care of. So that's where we are. That's what we're gonna do. And it don't matter if it's $3.99 or $13.99. Something will die. And that's what we do.
There we go. All right, Joe, slide up on in here, son.
All right, Joe, what you got?
Joe, come on over here in the.
Get right here.
Yeah. He grunts. No, come on, man. You'll be standing next to her the rest of the day. You're all right.
Anybody got a can of mace? I'm
All
gonna
right.
need to spray
And
Joe.
for those of you wondering, Joe had no idea this boat was coming.
No.
And he's generally one that runs as soon as the camera and the microphone comes out. But we wrangled him up here. So, you know, obviously you're playing a pretty big part on Brian's team with the Monster affiliation, helping Brian with a lot of stuff.
Without Joe, that would never happen. Let's just be clear about that one thing. This dude right here knows everybody on the planet. And he may have had something to do with the last drone strike. I'm not certain about that yet. But without my man right here, Greg, from Bowjunky, and Joe, this would have never happened. So this is a little appreciation. Jim, the whole PSE team, I want to thank you myself. And Joe is an emotional guy, so he could cry, but he's tough as shit. Trust me on that.
All right, Joe. So obviously looking it over, seeing the Monster logo on the cams and stuff, PSE put this together for you. What are you thinking right about now?
Well, first off, thank you very much, all the folks at PSE, for doing this. It is a surprise because it's in my possession. You won't have to worry about any copyright infringement on the Monster logo. No. But first thing, it's very light. I know I let Britain, hold it, and she said, yeah, she agreed. This is super light. Those that don't know, I have a prosthetic device on my left leg as a result of, Iraq in 2009. So, ounces do matter for folks, like myself that try to stay active and go in the outdoors all the time. So this will be, a very useful tool for hoisting up into a tree or carrying on my back into a blind, hunting with, Brian. But Craig, I thank you for, making this happen. When I called you and said I had this idea and Monster Energy and Pigman and, trying to get this approved to happen here at ATA. And believe me, it's a little work getting ATA to buy off on the Monster Energy and the energy drinks here.
Notice how he references her regular. I mean, man, my man here, I think it's part of that IED. Something got him there. He's all right, though. He's good.
So
he's all right.
So do take notice, folks. I mean, this is something that has been. Okay, thank you. This is something that's
Solid perv.
somewhat of a dream of mine to be able
Another
to
perv.
give back into this industry and this sport. I've come here before with an apparel company, and I looked around and you kind of see, okay, the same old companies and names, but, how do you put a spark in this? You bring a global recognized energy drink brand like Monster in the fold. I think that really kind of helps legitimize what's going on here. And then also being able to sign Brian and I have to use this loosely, him being a monster athlete.
See, y'all didn't know none of that, did you?
Yeah.
You got mad skills way beyond bow shooting.
Exactly. So much like their PBR rodeo guys, the NASCAR drivers, Conor McGregor, he's on the same plane, which is huge. Your first outdoor entertainer to actually crack into that world. So I'm very proud of him. So.
All right. Nice job, Joe. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. That's Brian Pigman Quaca. What's up?
Let's give Greg a round of applause because Greg had a lot to do with this, and Greg does a hell of a lot for this industry. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you. Brian's going to be hanging around here, so come up
Joe,
and chat.
You ain't leaving me.
Whoever
that
grabs these Monster Energy drinks, they're not for sale, so I can't say anything if they get stolen.
Yeah,
But,
come get them.
There it is. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the live feed, everybody.
Yes,
Brian
sir.
Quaca,
You got anything you want to say?
Bowjunky Media.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for
PSE Archery,
joining.
you know how we do. We got a little feedback right there, but thanks everybody. Like and
Hey,
share the
everybody.
live feed, and we're going to keep on doing a thing here from the ATA 2020.